Ravi Bopara did his claims for a place in the England Test side no harm at all as he struck an undefeated 117 out of Essex's 199, but it's still Yorkshire who hold all the aces going into the final day of their LV County Championship match at Headingley. Essex were in some trouble at the start of day 3, resuming on 72 for 5, still 174 runs behind Yorkshire's first innings total of 246. But James Foster was soon easing his side situation as he and Bopara, who began the day on 26, saw out the first 11 overs of the day in taking their 6th wicket partnership to 65. The total stood at 107 when a fired-up Ryan Sidebottom had Foster caught in the slips after he chased a wide one to go for 25. Bopara was still there and his wicket was now the key one as he moved to a hard-working half-century made from 117 deliveries. He lost David Masters at the other end with a score on 119, Ajmal Shahzad with the ideal delivery to a tail-ender. Bopara was then joined by Tim Phillips, who struggled with back spasms in this match. He put the pain behind him though to stick it out with Bopara for 50 minutes, both sides of lunch, to take the score to 149 and reduce the deficit to less than 100. A leading edge off Sidebottom brought about Phillips' downfall, Joe Root with the catch. And when Maurice Chambers followed in Sidebottom's next over with a leg before decision, Essex were back in some bother on 151 for 9, still 95 runs behind. Bopara then came into his own and showed why he may be the first cab off the rank now for England's number 6 spot against the West Indies. He only had Tymel Mills left for company, but he was able to play some sublime shots on his way to a terrific ton. It was becoming an innings of real class, shining out from many batsmen in this match. His 100 duly arrived from his 201st ball, and it came courtesy of his 15th four. It was his first ton in the first-class game since July last year, and it was one which had really kept his side in touch in this match. Without him, Essex would have been a long way behind. And he hadn't finished just yet. He struck another 3 fours on his way to an unbeaten 117, way more than half of his side's total. Essex were finally dismissed for 199, 47 runs behind, when Mills was a little slow to react to a call for a single. He'd stayed with Bopara for an hour in scoring his 2 runs though. So Yorkshire now had 45 overs left in this day and another full day to follow to try to convert their first innings advantage into a match-winning performance. And Root looked up for the task when he opened up with Joe Sayers. Root is constantly being talked about as an England player of the future, and he played elegantly here to give his side just the start they required. He certainly didn't waste too many opportunities to score, and that took him to his 50 from 77 balls with 8 fours, the last one a cheeky reverse sweep to show that he has all the shots available in his locker. Sayers was less expressive, but his innings was equally important as he prevented giving Essex a way back into this cricket match. Between them, this pair put on 106 in 30 overs to confirm their side's grip on the game. Root was eventually dismissed for 67 in one of the worst manners possible, being strangled down the leg side by Greg Smith, but by now his side's lead stood at 153. So that should give the remainder some freedom to play some shots. There wasn't any insane hitting before the close, however, as Yorkshire opted to build, but Sayers and Phil Jakes, fresh from his first innings 100, added another 28 runs in 10 overs. Jakes fell to Tom Wesley on the sweep just before the close for 18, but Andrew Gale showed what we might expect from his team on the final morning by hitting his second ball over the long-on boundary. So Yorkshire go into that last day on 144 for 2 with a lead of 191, and they will now look to press on before setting a target for their visitors. A draw still seems the most likely result after the whole of the first day was lost to rain, but the TkEs have given themselves a chance at least.